morning. It is 10/4/2025 at 11 a.m. This is the M2 recording session, and let's rock and roll. I just screwed that up, but that's okay. Oops, there it is. So, guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to get to your recording, not recording, to the FAQ section. And when we get into the software, you log into the software, you register for the software. There is going to be a little person right here. Well, I don't know why mine's not there. Give me a second. There he is. You're going to click FAQs, and it's going to bring up the FAQs. We're going to go over the first 6 pages of the FAQs. It normally answers a bunch of questions, but we're going to go over them right now. I don't have my chat screen up, so bear with me. I want to go through this, and then I'll ask if there's any questions off that after we're done with the FAQs. Right? So first, do I need to print my letters in color? You do not have to print your letters in color, and you can print on both sides. Do I need to staple my letters? No. Do I need to mail my letters all together? No. They need to be mailed individually. I'll explain to you that when they come, when we generate the letter. Do I mail my letters certified mail? That's optional for you. When you do that, there's going to be a cost-effective method, and then there's going to be a more expensive method. The letter certified is more expensive. Professional opinion, since I am one of the PAMS providers, I do print the letters. Certified mail is better because you have a tracking number. You can hold whoever's responsible, whether it's the post office or the bureau. If they didn't get their letters, you have that tracking number to be able to, first off, give yourself peace of mind, but secondly, be able to put the blame on who the blame needs to be put on. What credit monitoring services can I use? My free score now, Identity IQ, Smart Credit, and My Score IQ. Ladies and gentlemen, we should only be using My Free Score now. Realistically, because of the Epic Pro report, one of our people who showed up last week was using Identity IQ and wasn't getting results from Identity IQ. My suggestion, My Free Score now, and the Epic Pro report, so you get access to the most aggressive attack with the Epic Pro report. When will I see results? Try not to judge results until after the fourth round has been mailed. How often are trainings? Trainings are held Monday, Wednesday at 8 p.m. Um, Hold on. Give me a second, guys. I forgot. We'll keep going. Monday, Wednesday at 8 p.m. and Tuesday and Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and Saturday at 11 a.m. How do I get my link from the training? One, your Facebook community, and two, the Facebook community. I'll show you how to get access to it when we get started. I posted a question in the group, but did not get a response. Allow the admin 24 hours to review, make sure it abides by community guidelines, and then they'll go from there. They'll either approve it or deny it. How can I purchase more individual attacks? There is a place under pricing that says purchase individual attacks. They cost $40 each. How can I upgrade or downgrade my subscription? You have to cancel your subscription, your current subscription, and then select the one that you want going forward. I suggest that you used everything in that subscription before you cancel because you can't go back. How can I locate my letters that have been generated? Click the Send Rounds of Attack tab and click on the profile name to locate all the letters. How do I pay for the software to mail my letters? PAMS. I am one of the PAMS providers. We actually handle this. This one is not right with us. So if you are printing with us within 10 minutes of you submitting your letters to us, you'll have a text message. If everything is correct, you'll also have your invoice. If it's not, we will send back a thing to you guys that says, hey, you did something wrong. You got to go fix it and generate another attack. And we'll go from there. How many attacks do I use each round? One attack will be used per round per profile. This one attack will attack all negative accounts / items on the credit report. What is an individual account? These are letters that are created to attack problematic accounts and the reporting on your credit report. Do I need to attach a copy of my social security card, ID, and address verification? Yes. Hold on. I got a bunch of things going on in the chat. Give me a second. Let me see what's going on. Oh, thank you guys. I appreciate that. No, Joanne, different class times. These are the class for the M2 software, Joanne. All right. That's why I'll keep going. Um, and this is the last page I'm going to go over. How often do I send out a rounds of attack? A round of attack should be mailed out anywhere between 15 to 30 days. Do I remove the positive accounts listed on my credit report? No, it's an AI software. It knows what's positive, what's negative. And do I need to check the green boxes in the do it yourself option? It is effective. It can be more effective, but it also costs more money. So if you're going to be a little more conscientious about what you're going to spend, um, it's not necessary. But if you like, no, I want to go aggressive. I can afford to go to aggressive. I'm going to say on that route, we're going to go down that route. So that's it. Now that we're done with this section over here, I'm going to start in the M2 software, M2 Phenom. And then I will do manage profiles on my software and the rounds of attack on my software just because I don't have a file over here, but I'll show everybody this. Okay, so most important line right here. This is the most important line, in my opinion. Your name, your email address or your username, and how many attacks you have. Let me explain the attacks to everybody. The attack is, right? The attack is the way you generate a letter for your negative items on your credit report. So one attack, one general attack, or one token as I call it, will generate an unlimited amount of pages for an unlimited amount of letters for an unlimited amount of negative items. So I'm going to give you guys a really, really good example on what we went over yesterday. If I have 50 negative items, the software can generate 150 letters and 1,500 pages. Does that make sense to everybody? I'm waiting to see if I got a bunch of yeses. I only got one person that said yes in the chat. I got two people that say yes in the chat. All right. All right. We're getting people. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's stay. Yeah, beautiful. Run that back. Thank you. That's what I'm looking for. So, Lee, I'm gonna talk directly to you. So you say run that back. Say you got 50 negative items, right? Software can generate 150 letters for those negative items, right? And generate 1,500 pages for those 150 letters. It could generate, if you have 100 negative items, it could generate 300 letters and 3,000 pages. Does that make sense? Don't get focused on the number. Just get focused that if you change the negative item, it's going to generate letters for you. Does that make sense? Lee, does that make sense? I'm talking to you, my friend. Per negative item per credit bureau, it's going to generate everything. So when I say 50 negative items without going too deep and going into all the advanced structures of everything, just say if you got 50 negative items, right? It's going to generate 150 letters. Well, it's 50 letters for each bureau, right? And then each bureau has amount of pages in it. So I just go with a random number of 10 pages, right? 10 pages is going to be 1,500 pages that you have to print out. Just to give you basic, yeah, just to give you a basic of the thing. You got it? Perfect. I'm glad. Thank you for everybody being respectful right now, not talking over one another. I appreciate everybody. Yeah, great class so far. Ready? Let's rock and roll. This is the next thing. You want to join the Facebook community? Come over here, click join, right? That's it. Join the Facebook community. Let's get some people in here. If you guys haven't joined this community, let's get some people in here. I want to get this up to 19,000. Come on, let's go. Having software issues, click the support ticket over here. It's going to help you with your software. And then these are your trainings. It has it live over here. You can click this link and it will bring you directly to the training. Every software has it, guys. Look, here's my software. Show it to you. Boom. We're there. We have the same exact thing, right? Just to give everybody an idea. Perfect. All right, cool. Now, every software has these videos. Select your subscription, create a profile, get a credit report, 10 first rounds of attack, communication portal, FAQs. Great information, truly great information. But this is what the class is for. This is more in depth. This is going to give you all the information that you're looking for. It's going to give you everything that you're going to do directly in the class. So if you're here, lock in over here. If you get lost, come over here. If you're confused, do not generate a letter. Please don't generate a letter because once you generate a letter, you can't go back and edit it. So come back to a class, wait. I would rather you wait a week to generate a letter and make sure that you're doing it right way than you generate a letter just because you want to get it done. Because here's what happens. A lot of people go with haste, generate the letter, and wind up, they'll send it to my team, right? My team will only print your letters if it's perfect. If we see that there's an error, we're going to send it back to you and say, go generate that letter. And there's a lot of frustration that comes in because I said, I watched the videos. That's okay. But I'm telling you to wait. The videos are good to give you a base idea and a refresher after this class. But if you need it, you're like still confused, do not generate that letter. Let's put a I understand in the chat so we know that we understand that if we're gonna move forward, we wanna wait till we're perfect and we have that understanding. Beautiful. Beautiful. I see a bunch of thank you guys. I appreciate that. And thank you for being engaged. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. So let's go to the pricing section over here. This is how you select the subscription. You either do that over here if you want to purchase an additional attack. That's what's over here. Okay, so let's go over here. So I'm going to show you guys this here. I don't want to scroll any further down than here. Okay, I'm going to show you Phenom. We're going to go over here and I'm going to explain to you this section over here. I love, how many people have the,
You need the fast one in your life.
what happened?
Oh.
Ooh, okay. Hold on, give me a second. I got to do two things. I forgot to do two things. First, I'm supposed to give me 1 second. I got to get my host tools. Enable waiting room. I turned that off and then I'll do that. Guys, raise your hands if you need anything. Put a 1 in the chat if you can see my screen again. I had to stop sharing it for 1 second. Do. Perfect. Fantastic. All right, let's move. All right, so over here, what I want you guys to see is this is the iron package. Put a 1 in the put a 5 in the chat if you bought the iron package. You didn't do anything wrong. I want to explain something to you guys so you don't make the mistake next month. No 5s, all bronze package purchases or higher? Yeah. I don't need to explain anything. At this point, everybody purchased above. I'm going to say this is the only package that I have a problem with, and it's not a problem with. It is, I think that this package is after you've been generating rounds for a little while, you go down to it. These packages up here, you should really be starting up here. And you go up. Now, at the end of the day, does anybody need any clarification on what package to choose? In this section, I suggest the bronze package. I don't suggest the iron package if you're just getting first time here. Diane, I don't suggest the bronze iron package if you're getting started. Start with the bronze package just because if you make a mistake, you're not purchasing GAs. And just to give you that idea, here's $97, right? If you have to purchase another GA, it's another $40, right? And the first timers usually mess up twice. So you got to purchase 2 more GAs. It comes out to 177 bucks. This one over here is 147 and it gives you 4 GAs, which is 4 tokens or 4 gas, whatever you want to call it. So this one gives you 4 GAs. So you have a GA left over and you're paying, what is this, $30 less for this? So I kind of like tell everybody to choose that. That's why I tell everybody to get that bronze package. Now, After you're doing this for a couple of months and you're like, look, I'm just doing myself. This is that, this is good for 1 to 2 people. This is good for 2 to 4. Um, this is good for 10 people. This is good for 15 people. And this is good for 50. Why do I say this? Even most experienced, myself, very experienced in the software, I still make mistakes. Call it fat finger technique, where I generate the wrong letters. I did it in a class. I was generating letters and I forgot to turn off one of the default settings. Generated the wrong set of letters. So you tend to make mistakes and you want to have backup GAs just in case for that client. Now, if you're doing yourself, you're on this for 3 months, the bronze package, those GAs roll over. So as long as you keep a subscription of $97, you can use as many GAs as you want in a month if you have them. Does that make sense to everybody? Perfect. Great. Right. Let's go over here. Now, I'm going to say this to you guys. I do have my own software, so ready? I'm going to show you. I practice what I preach. I tell everybody this all the time. I always practice what I preach. I spend 147 every month. And that's finally, we're going to try to get you through this round, right? We're going to try to get you through this round so that you don't make any errors. And I would suggest after you generate your letter, cancel it, move to the 147 package, right? And then you have those GAs for your next round. You have everything that you're ready to rock and roll so you don't make an error. If you do make an error, do not buy an additional GA, buy the bronze package. So now you have those extra GAs. Does that make sense to you, Lee? Perfect. Okay. Fantastic. Now let's get a move on over here. Who was it that I was talking to about letters already sent? Fantastic. Good job. All right. So next round, I would just suggest moving to that bronze. Next round, if you want to. If not, if you're good, stay where you're at. Stay where you're at. It's just my suggestion, professional opinion. Um, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I'm gonna go over how to purchase an additional attack. So I don't know if somebody's information is on that one. So I am going to come over here. I'll show you over here. So over here, here's your GAs. Right here, you can select to purchase another GA. It's going to give you that, and you just click checkout at the bottom, right? If you need to get your credit report, here you go. Get credit report, my free score now. Boom. It'll bring you right to the page. As you can see, this is Dominate the Decade. This is the mentorship group. It'll have everything for uh Diane. I'll give me 2 seconds. Diane, what software are you in? Diane, you were with us yesterday, right? Rico, yes. Hold on, Rico. I'll ask you to unmute. Yes, Rico. What's up?
Uh, you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear, Rico.
Okay, so quick question about the my free credit score. So if I got a client, it'll allow me to get their report out of there too. I can get multiple reports out of there.
You have the affiliate set up?
I just set it up, but I haven't made any attacks yet. I got you said no? I got the affiliate with the
My free score now?
no, I don't. How you set it up?
Uh, Ask me again after class. We'll go over that because I don't want to confuse anybody.
Okay,
Let's get through this and then I'll go over that after the end of class. Cool?
okay, cool.
Yeah, just stay on with me. I just don't I want to keep everybody on this focus and then that's a little more of the business side and we'll
O-
get to that business side after, okay?
Okay, cool.
Cool, no problem. I'll get anybody that has any business information that want to just wait until after class. We don't want to confuse anybody that's doing this for personal reasons, okay? This is how you're going to get your credit report over here, and we'll go from there. Now, okay, done. Report scoreboard. You can go through the report scoreboard over here. This is where you can pick a client. Now, I know they don't have any clients over there, so let me do this over here. I can pick my sample client, and it will give me the report over here and give me what's here, what's going on. Okay. How do I check somebody's report without using your link if the person is using my personal? I don't I don't understand the question, Xavier. Wait until we're done with the training and then I have a Q&A and then ask me that after in the Q&A. Just try I would rather you come and talk to me so I understand what you're actually trying to say. As I hold off on business questions until the end, guys. All right? All right. So, when we do this, this is this piece over here. Now we're going to move over to manage all users and we're going to create a profile. And once we create a profile, it's going to look like this. And click add profile. You start adding your name and information. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to teach you guys how to add your name and information because a lot of people do this incorrectly. So I want everybody to pay attention over here. I was like, don't focus on anything else. Don't focus on questions right now. Focus on what you're going to do over here because this is where 90% of the errors are made. So I'm telling you guys right now, this is where it's going to be. So please come over here, focus in hard. Let's go. Ready? I want you to have their IDs, their documents, anything that you're doing, your document, your IDs in front of you. Okay. Now, I'm going to talk to the people that ID does not match the address that they're currently in. Okay. Some of you are going to be like, oh, damn, that's me. Yes, that's me too. Don't worry about it. Okay. So here's what it looks like. Gem right now coming. If your ID does not match the current address that you have and you have a passport, well, your identification now is going to switch from your driver's license to your passport. Why do we switch it to the passport? Well, your passport doesn't have an address on it, which means they can't verify a previous address. And because they can't verify a previous address, they can't verify that address. They get rid of it. So let's go over here. Ready? This is going to be your, oops. That was my bad. Hold on. I got to push the computer out of the way. I need more space to draw. This is going to be your ID or passport. I'm going to fill this in, right? So, John, Joe, middle name, as you guys can see, Smith Jr. Date of birth is 01/01/1990. See that? Completed. I don't do anything over that. That's what it is. It is. Move on. Now I'm going to move to a different color. Ready? Social Security. There's going to be a Social Security card, SSC, or W-2. Okay. And it's going to be 000-00-00. And I'm going to put a 1 over here because that's what I have. Okay. That's done. Now, the phone numbers for you guys, you're going to have to put it in, whatever that phone number is. You guys get that from the client. Last piece is my favorite, and this is going to be your POA or proof of address, not power of attorney, but proof of address, and that's going to be here. This is going to be a utility bill, bank statement, telephone bill, driver's insurance, any of that stuff. So what I got to do is I do 8. I'm going to call this north, east, water, lane, right? Apartment, APT, 2B. Now, I know I wrote this out, but just to give you guys an idea, we want to spell out everything. Now, for size purposes, and I'm writing it, I didn't spell out apartment, but I learned that spelling out apartment is actually good. Just so there's like if it says unit, you're gonna put unit, and this is how you're gonna look at the document over here. Like I have my light bill over here. You're gonna use your bills. You're gonna look at it and say, okay, I live at this area. This is what I'm gonna say. So mine says road, right? I spell out ROAD. Okay. Uh, I live. I actually have it over here. My property's on 3 different towns, right? because it's in 3 different towns, right? I have 3 different post offices that could potentially deliver to my property. So to give you guys an idea, I go with by what's here. If it says one space here, well, that's what we're gonna put. We're not gonna put what we think it is. Where I got my license, where I got my stuff. We're gonna follow where the document that got to my house. That's what I'm going to. That's what I'm going to focus on. So let's focus that on right here. Okay. I'm just gonna use this over here. This is gonna be I'm gonna because I live in New York, so let's go. You can either put Manhattan, right? Or I don't know why I'm writing crooked. New York, New York. And the same thing over here for your state, New York. And then zip code is 1003. Now, I shut the chat down for a second. Does this make sense to everybody? I'm gonna pull the chat back up while I'm writing. Does this make sense to everybody? Can everybody see this? Okay. I want everybody to come over here. Okay. Take a screenshot of this. This is what it should look like. And then when you're done taking a screenshot of this, put a ready in the chat. Oh, look at Ray. Ray did it for you. Put it in there. Save that screenshot on your phone. Beautiful. Wow, bunch of readies. Awesome. Okay. This is the most important thing. So you guys know what's there. And I'm really this is the craziness over here. Okay. Now let's get rid of this. Let's move on. I got a bunch of ready. So wow. Let's go. Thank you, everybody. Cool. Let's go. Clear all drawings. Does anybody else need to take a screenshot? Or are we good? Oh, we're good. All right, let's go. Next piece over here. Now, I forgot the lady that was talking to me that needed my free score now. I don't remember her name. Nikita. All right, Nikita, right here. This is when you're creating the profile. So if you're creating the profile, always make sure that this says my free score now, and this also says both Epic Pro Report and my free score now and Epic Pro Report, and you're going to put the username, which is going to be their email address, and then their password. Make sure that that happens all the time. I love these eyeballs because these eyeballs always can show me what I'm doing wrong. But when I get into the profile, I'll show you how to edit or change it. 1, 2, 3. You're going to choose your images over here. You're going to do profile identification. You're going to do your social security card in this box over here. Utility bill, state, whatever you're using, bank statement, all that stuff is going to come over here. Then you can click save. When you click save, guys, right? It's going to bring you back to this screen. And then it's going to create a profile picture. And then this is what it's going to look like. Now, this is what a perfect profile looks like. This is will not be flagged, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Everything is filled in. Everything is perfect. Now we're going to go over here. So now, Nikita, ready? Check this out. I want you to click the pencil if you haven't done this already. And now you can click the username and password over here to see if they're working for you. If you can click the little eyeballs, now this is somebody else's account, so I don't want to click the eyeballs, but you can click the eyeballs and make sure that both of them are filled in correctly and that you haven't made no errors. If you have made an error, it's okay. Come over here, click the X marks over here, remove them, right? And then no error. Click the pencil, click the pencil. Okay, I know what we're gonna do. You and I will do a share after class. You can share your screen. So I can see I can see what's going on. If there is, yeah, no problem. Um, this will be where you're at over here. This is how you make sure that your Epic Pro report and your My Free Score Now report are uploaded. Your IDs, social security card, and this is a utility bill are all here. Now look, I did this purposefully, guys, when I set up this profile. I gave the person an Oklahoma driver's license, but I gave them a bill from New York City so that you guys can see that you can have a driver's license from another state and a utility bill from the state that you currently live in, where you're living, and then the social security card. Now, take notice of this, guys. I want everybody to take notice of this. Please, 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 please. Look at this. Look at what's going on. Look how clear this is. Look how legible this is. Look how um this is. Look, the corners are cut crisp. Everything looks good. Everything looks clean. I don't see countertops. I don't see hands. I don't see dining room tables. I see a white background. I want you guys to do. Every document comes with a white background, and this is perfect. This is my bill. See the white background? I literally take the white background. Stupid camera. Okay. Here, let me fix this over here. Okay. Stop following me. Come on, camera. Stop following me. Now she doesn't want to work. All right. Take the white background that they have over here and put that down, and then take your picture of your image on how you're doing it so that you make a perfect image. That's how that works. This is a PDF that's been converted. It's the first page, and we just utilize the first page over here, but it's got to be converted to a JPEG to be able to upload. Now, if you have any documents, affidavits, police reports, correspondence from the creditors, or anything that you want to add, you can add them in these last three files over here that'll be included over here. If you want to see if your credit report has been uploaded correctly, just click pencil over here at the bottom, click process HTML, and you're good to rock and roll. You can see the credit report. Now, questions over here on this section. I'm telling you guys, this is the most important section, and we're almost done. Or it states my free score mile monitoring site. It asks for the email address and then the client username and email address. Why do you skip that? Because I mean, first off, you can't delete a profile in the software, so that's why I didn't answer that question. I totally skipped over it. You just can't. They don't allow it. So what you do is you just edit the name as put delete over here. I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole. And then why do you skip that part? This part over here, because you put your email address and then move on. They auto generate the username and client portal access. And you can send that to your clients, but a lot of people are doing this for themselves. So I really don't cover that because they're doing it for themselves. For the people that are doing it for their client, the minute that you put their email address in, they'll get an email that says, here's your portal access. Miss Gold, I'm gonna ask you to unmute.
Can you hear me?
Yep, loud and clear.
I asked that. I had a client that she kept having trouble trying to log in to the client on boarding link.
Mm-hmm.
And so what happened was she created 3 accounts in there now. So when I go to do anything with the first one that she has in there, an error pops up and says this email has already been used.
So what you do is you see how I have all these test numbers at the bottom?
Yeah.
Just change the email address to a test number with test.com. So it can't send out an email.
Okay, that's all. Okay.
All you got to do. Don't forget, you control the portal. You control access to everything. Some people don't like giving their clients user portal access. The things I don't cover for a reason is I try to keep this tuned towards the person. And if somebody asks a question, I can always dive into it. But a lot of people they don't even know what a client user portal is. So I let them utilize this because this is where the main focus is. And on top of that, I'm gonna give everybody a warning here. Client user portal. When they use the client user portal, they can go in and edit things that you've uploaded or you've done. So now if you've done all this, you built out everything correctly, right? When they come in over here and they see an ID and they're like, oh, that's not my ID. This is my ID. They can change that. And
Okay.
you can't do nothing about it. So I kind of like shy away from it just because
No,
of
I
that.
understand that. And because I didn't like the pictures that she uploaded, it had like a pink background. So I deleted it and told her to go back in and re-upload them. And she didn't have access. And then I noticed that once they came out of the software automatically changes the email and the password for them. And I didn't know that.
When they create this, it will create. So this is the email address, but this is the username. So if you give them the username, this is the also username password. So for what you're talking about, it's over here.
Right.
When
When I sent them
yeah,
the link, they
yeah,
created their own to get in.
yep.
But
Yep.
once I go in, it's a whole different username and password. So that's where the confusion was coming at.
Yes, because it's a whole different interface that they're logging
Right,
into.
right,
It's a completely different interface. That's why I say I don't touch that with a 10-foot pole
right.
because it does go. It does go. So if I'm putting information, if I'm doing it for someone else, so I put my information. No, you put their information in. You don't touch. You leave this alone. Let the software populate it. Software
Right,
will populate
right.
this information automatically. You don't have to populate anything. Okay. The only thing that you have to do is the email address. But my suggestion is it's going to send out a thing to them. Just don't give them the username and password. That's
Gotcha.
it. That's all I,
So I can just put that
that's
in.
my suggestion. Just don't give them username and password because they can play around with it. And you know how I know that? I have a client that I have, he's in here. Um, he used to go and change the uploaded images. That's why I was telling you that. He used to come and change the uploaded images. And I'm like, dude, can you just leave the profile alone? And then eventually I just changed everything. He's like, I don't have access. Yeah, they removed that feature from the software. You just oh God, it was a pain in the behind. So just to try to get you guys to stay in there. Okay. Let's keep moving forward. Does everybody have any questions over here? Anything that needs to be done over here? I don't understand something. Why did you do that? This is the place to ask it. This is the place that we want to get rocking and rolling with. Ask away, please. No, we're good. We're good. Never mind, I deleted the credit report and re-uploaded it. Just like you did. It worked. It was pulling the previous client's login information. I am so happy, Nikita. I'm very happy that you got that. That's always the thing is, like I said, it's a lot of user error, and that's what it is. Deleting that, getting rid of the names, all that stuff, it always works. And I'm gonna tell you something. When it comes to software, if it works for one person, it's gonna work for 100 people, and that's what happens. It's usually stressing behind that over an hour. Don't worry about it. That's why you come to class. So when it comes to the addresses not matching, you're saying that it's not an issue. No, it's not an issue. Um, it's not beneficial. Let me make this very clear. It's not beneficial, but it's not an issue because they can verify that previous address. So we can go over here to this client right here. Okay, give me a second, Miss Gold. We can go over here to this previous client, and here we can verify that address. But this is that new address that he's at. So we can't ask him to remove this address to this address if they're not matching. So what I always tell everybody, and I said this 2 weeks ago, go get a passport. Go get a passport and a passport card. Why? I'll tell you right now, my bag is right here, guys. I swear to God. I don't even know where my ID is, right? I don't know where my driver's license is. I carry my passport right in front all the time. Hold on, give me a second. 1 second. My passport card is over here as well, somewhere. Oh, there's my watch. All right. It's somewhere over here. I gotta look for it. But I always have my passport out, and I do my passport. I do not utilize my ID for verification purposes anymore because my ID shows a previous address. So it it brings up other questions that you don't need. I can address that right now. New credit reports are pulled at the bottom over here. So when you come in over here, you can click one click import. I'm trying to catch up. You can put over here, you can click one click import, you can update that. But here's what happens. You've got to go to the bottom when it pulls over here, and you got to delete the previous uh credit report. My suggestion is always delete the oldest Epic Pro report. You want to use the newest one. That's it. You can just click delete over here. Okay. Too many questions in the thing over here, guys. Too many questions. Give me a second. And I got that. Do you need to add more than one document for the address? No, you don't. Ms. Lee, you don't have to. This one's just fine. Reginald Lard. I have a new address. Should I upload it? Absolutely. You should change everything to your new address and everything that you're working around as long as you have that updated. Got that? All right. I was just trying to get clarity. Will it be okay if I keep plugging in my email instead of theirs? That way they don't even get an email unless I send the client information. You could do a test email like I did with this client. I just do test emails. Here, look, let me show you. Look how many test emails I have. Look how many test emails I have. So there's a bunch of stuff that I do that over here. So you could do that. Um, okay, hold on. Should I upload my new ID? Yes. If you have a new ID and new address, absolutely update everything. Okay, so I got the chat done. Uh Shanika, I'm gonna go to Rico. Rico hasn't answered the question. You've asked a bunch of them, so I'm gonna go over there and then we're gonna keep moving. What's up, Rico?
Okay. Basically, I think you kind of just answered my question, but I just want to get a clarification.
Yeah, sure.
So if I have a client with an address that had fraudulent activity on their old address, but they got a new address, is it mandatory that I tell them to upload the new address, or tell them it's okay for them to keep their old address?
Repeat that again?
Okay, so if I got just basically like if a client got a couple of identity thefts or loans or in their name, and they got a address, their address, they still have the same address that attacked to them. Do they need to have a new address?
So no. If they have identity theft, right? Identity
Right.
theft of their address, of anything that they're doing. If they have any identity theft, you don't have to change your address. You have identity theft because somebody hacked your profile, however, which way, shape, and form. Um, I think that honestly, in my opinion, I think that would look weird if you're trying to change your address if you had identity theft.
Right. Okay.
Okay. Personally.
I was
But
hearing someone say tell a client to get a new. It's not nobody from this. Someone told me otherwise. Like you should get a new. They should get a new address completely.
But if you have identity theft, why wouldn't you go to the police station and get a police report?
Okay. Okay.
That would be the first thing I would do, and then I would tell them what this situation is. I do that immediately. Anytime that I had this app. Oh, my passport card's right here. Um, that's what I was looking for. I was getting worried. Um, when I had a hack done to me, the first thing that I did was I closed all my bank accounts down, right? Because you can
Mhm.
call them, they put your bank accounts on pause so they can't remove money. Right?
Right.
Then I went to the police station and I got a police report. As soon as there was a hack on any of my credit cards, I sent over the police report. Everything was removed instantly. Everything was removed, no late payments, no nothing, because you have proof of identity theft.
Okay.
That is the legit way of proving that you have identity theft, which is a key for fraud. Because now you have a legalized document from the police station that says that you have received identity theft, and these are the accounts that you think have been compromised. And you can literally list every account that you have.
Okay.
Okay. They're not going to do an investigation. They can't. They don't have a cyber division. If they have a cyber division, that's a different story. But again, most municipalities don't. The only place that has a cyber division that I know of is the big police stations like Chicago, New York, LA, Miami, Dade County. These are the companies, Dallas, these big cities, they do have a cyber division, but the rest don't.
Okay. Well, you just answered my question then.
There you
Yeah.
go, buddy.
Appreciate it.
No problem, Rico. Miss Gold, you can come off mute.
I typed it in the chat. I just wanted to know the middle name. I
Yes, ma'am.
didn't add it at the end of my first name.
Okay,
So
so what I do for middle name, I'm gonna be honest with you. I do middle name because how many people put their middle name when they're filling out a document? I'm talking to you directly.
probably half.
I'd say about 25%.
Okay.
And that's why I tell everybody to do the middle name because they don't fill out their documentation correctly right from the jump. So that's why I say do the middle name. And do it in the first name. You can put and I'm not to confuse anybody, but you can put everything in the first box and the software will read it. It's just for purposes of just showing you guys. I just put everything first name, middle name in the first box, last name, and suffix in the last name box. That's it. That's all I do.
Okay, so I didn't mess up my attacks and I got to regenerate them because I didn't put my middle name in there.
No, you don't have to do that. First round. So if you were printing with my team would have told you, hey, look, we see that you have a middle name on your social security card. We would suggest that you put that in next round. But it can go out.
Is there a service that you offer that we can send the documents to you even though we want to print them, ourselves?
I've never created that because everybody usually goes to that. Like a spot check.
Right.
Give me like 48 hours. Let me think about that. Because the
Okay.
problem is we're gonna get the documents anyway. But we can go from there. So yeah, well, I'll give you like 24 hours. I can come up with a spot check type of thing.
Okay.
That's not a bad idea. I don't know how much I would charge for something like that because that's time, but that's something that's good. I never even thought about that.
See, we have to work out some type of partnership agreement for that idea.
You're gonna have to work out with my wife.
Hey,
She's a pretty
look,
hard
get her on the line. Let's do business.
she's a pretty hard negotiator. Perfect. All right, so no other questions here. System isn't working. What system? I got somebody putting system isn't working. What system? What do you mean it isn't working? Metro system isn't working. You can come off mute or raise your hand and I'll find you and then make you unmute yourself. Okay.
Oh,
Hello?
yeah, I was attempting to uh send an attack, but this Metro 2 system is stating that uh it will not allow it because I'm not subscribed, but I am subscribed, so I'm trying to
If
figure out.
Do you have any GAs left?
Yes.
So if you come over here, you have GAs in this box over here. Just double checking. I want to make sure because that's usually an error that everybody makes.
Okay, let me double check here. And where I can't see you
Go to the home page,
on
click
page.
home, go right to where it says general tax remaining and see what it says. It's right at the top.
Yeah, 69, yes.
You have 69 general tax remaining?
That's what it's that's the number here, 69, yes.
Shit. Okay, man. Holy crap. All right. So you got 69 in tax remaining. Do me a favor. Go to the pricing section, click select
Mhm.
subscription, scroll down to the bottom, and make sure
Well,
it says this subscription
okay.
active.
Okay, when I hit selection, it says you have already purchased a subscription.
Just click
If you
OK.
will,
Yeah, just click
okay,
OK.
right, okay.
And then scroll down to the bottom, make sure it says active.
Uh, it does not. Oh yeah, it does say active. Yes,
Okay.
since September 6, 2024.
That is out of my wheelhouse.
Okay,
What I would suggest that you do, you are in the system. Go to on the home page, click technical issues, and write a support ticket. That one's out of my everything that I could do to fix with you on the call is in right here. General tax, right there.
where were technical issues?
Right over here, right on the home page, is the second box down. It says got
Get
questions, having software technical issues, click over there.
get started.
Yes, keep scrolling down a little further. You'll see got questions and then having technical issues, submit a support ticket.
Okay,
All right.
thank you, sir.
No problem. Alrighty. Lower your hand. Mr. Barnes, I want to continue a little bit because people are going to get frustrated that we're not moving to the piece over here. So can you hold your question off until we get to until after I generate the letters, please? We spent a little, thank you. I appreciate that. All right. So nobody has any more questions about how to generate the perfect profile. Let's move to the send rounds of attack. Let's go over here. In the send rounds of attack area, this is where you're going to start to generate your letter. So if you're new over here and you haven't generated anything, okay, right here should be empty. If you have generated something, it will show up over here. If you want to go look at all the previous letters that generated, click on the client's name or your name, and it'll go over here and see what's going on. As you can see, there's a PAM's service over here. It'll say printing awaiting payment, printed and mailed, processing currently paused, processing. This is if you're going and printing the letters out yourself or you're doing anything over here. This is where it will be, and this is what you will see. You'll see everything that's going on over here. Yeah. Now, we want to go to the attack area. Let's go to the attack area. And this is what the attack area looks like. I'm going to show you guys how to generate the most basic attack in about 30 seconds. Ready? Select the client, click the client's name, click maximum efficiency focus. If you want to print with my team, come over here, click that, my name. Since you are in the service right now, just type in TPNPA and you get a discount, whole different pricing. So you get a discount code and click generate and you're done. That's it. That's all it takes to generate. 30 seconds. I don't teach the other things over here. And I'll say why. Because they generate creditor letters, it fluffs up your account too much. When it fluffs up your account too much, you're stuck generating letters for things that are going to get returned back to your address. And because I know I'm expensive. I'm not cheap. And that's if that's depending on how many letters you are. I don't even hide it. I tell everybody I'm expensive. And that's not super expensive. I'm not cheap at all. We come into a day and I'll get to that when we go over here. So when we come over here, you got your creditor letters, you got your bureau letters, and you got your secondaries, right? These are all the different letters that you have. That'll come in. You'll generate 100 plus letters when you select this. You'll generate 30 plus letters. The more letters you have, the more you'll generate, the more money it will cost. So a lot of people, if you're crunched for money, this is the letters that you want to generate. That's why I only pick this one over here because it'll generate 6 letters. Now, when you're generating and you generate a letter that has 30 letters, you're going to wind up paying for 30, 40, 50, 100 letters. And you go from there. So that's where that is. I'm going to remove this over here. I'm going to show you guys how to generate the letters yourself. So you can get an idea of what you're doing. Come over here, click do it yourself, and generate. Now, this is the AI section, guys. This is how you turn on the AI section and turn off the AI section. This is how you pick what you want to pick. This is how you actually learn what's on the credit report. And do what you need to do on the credit report. So let's go over here. Come over here and I click blast furnace, or in whatever software you're using, it's going to be different. This is MPEP, MPEP, and whatever software you're using. So can we throw whatever software companies we have in it? Everybody's using M2. So M2 what? M2 Phenom, M2 Go. What are we using? Throw it in the chat. Perfect. We got a bunch of, okay, so Phenom, this is going to be indemnity. If you don't see indemnity over here, you're on the wrong one. If you don't see GOAT Combo 1 over here, you did something wrong. We need that Epic Pro report to get and unlock these higher tier, these higher tier attacks. You need it to say MPEP. I know it's GOAT Combo 1. I know it's indemnity on Phenom. I don't see anything else. Okay, I do not see anything else. Perfect. Let's go over here. Let's click blast furnace. And now we're gonna get the red, green, and blue boxes. Okay. Who is brave enough to want to come on mute to be able to work with me directly hand in hand as we go over here and go over the stuff, how to learn how to read the credit report and then how to attack the file? Who wants to be brave enough? Maurice, you were the first one. Come off mute, my friend. Oh, raise your hand so I can find you. Perfect, Maurice. All right, Maurice.
Yo,
How are you?
I'm good.
Perfect. You ready to be my chosen one for today?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So there's two ways that you can do this. You can leave it like this. You can check all in blue or check all in green. It doesn't matter. But I normally have fat finger technique. So what I do is I like to leave everything checked off in green because if it does generate a letter, I'd rather generate the most aggressive thing out there. Right? If I have a fat finger technique, click something by accident. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
All right. So let's go over here. I just hit next. When I hit next, the software is now reading the credit report. As it reads the credit report, we're going to click OK. When we're done, right? When we're done, it is going to look like this. Your first credit report's been pulled into the system. Now watch. If I scroll over this green circle, if you got Phenom, it's going to be orange. You got Gold, it's going to be red. All other software, this blue little circle arrow is going to be a different color. But right now, mine's green, right? You
Right.
see all those dark green colors?
Yes.
These are positive accounts. Says it
Right.
on the bottom over here. But if I click it over here, it's going to say open positive account. See that?
Right.
All right. So let's go back up to the top. We don't need to be looking at positive accounts, right?
Correct.
Let's get rid of them. Hide positive accounts. That made that a whole lot smaller, right?
Yep.
All right. So now on the first one, I'm going to put the bumpers up like bowling, right? Let's do this. This is going to be your negative item. This is going to be the negative item number. So just where it falls in the system. If I click on the bottom in those bubbles, this is what's going to be that number, right? This is going to be box 1, box 2, 3, 4, and box 2 is the most important type of reported issue. Can you do me a favor? Can you read that type of reported issue for me?
Person identifier information.
Perfect. Now, I come up with abbreviations for this. The abbreviation usually is the first word, the first letter of each word. So this one would be PI. Now, everybody who's not talking to me right now in the chat, put PI. Let's help Maurice out because he's not going to, unless he's writing this down, he's not going to remember them.
I'll write down, but
Yeah, I got you. I got you. I want to get everybody, but I told you I want everybody engaged, man. I've been saying that we want engagement over here, right? So we got PI, right? Now I'm gonna take the bumpers off. You gotta bowl a strike on this first one. Don't let me down, all right?
all right.
Let's go to number 2. What's number 2?
Public record information.
Hey, what's the abbreviation?
PR.
Let's go. Boulder strike right on this first one. Let's go. Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. PR, or we could do PUB, pub. Any of those, that's how we do it. So, great job, Maurice, honestly, man. All right, let's go. Let's go to the next one. Remember, this software, remember, if you're new to the software, you don't know this, but I'm going to teach everybody this right now. This software categorizes every negative item. What I mean by it categorizes every negative item, when you're looking at this, you see this beautiful color coordination at the bottom. If it's the same color, you don't have to write it down again because you already have it. So the software already did it for you. So all you got to do is just write it down once and move on. So let's go get on over here. What's number 3, Mr. Maurice?
Inquiries information or inquiry information.
I put IQ, just IQ works. Yeah, some of the people that were in yesterday's class are already typing it in. IQ. That works. INQ, whatever you want at this point. Ready? Let's go to number 4, Maurice. What's number 4, my friend?
You don't have to do anything really. I mean, it's IQ again.
Perfect. Same, right? Same thing.
Same thing.
Let me ask you a question. Barring what I said, let's test the hypothesis out. If I click all these browns, it should be the same thing, right?
All the browns, yes.
Right? Let's click number 8. What is it, brother?
IQ.
16?
Same.
23.
Same.
So we just solved the hypothesis that anything that is in the color is the same exact thing. Let's move on to 45. What's 45, sir?
SL or student loan, SLD.
Finish it. Everything has
Oh,
everything has something that it needs. Somebody wrote it in the chat for you, but
late. Oh yeah, the late threes. Okay, yeah.
you need to
Yep.
know that it's that three because that's important.
It's
Because
important. Yeah.
in the system, it has three late payments that need to be selected. So this is the thing. You need to have that selection of the three late payments. Make sense?
Yes.
So let's say SLDL 3 plus. Make
Three
sense?
plus. Yep.
Perfect. Let's go over here. 46. What's 46?
Same thing.
Perfect. Let's go to 47.
Okay. COI or CO charge
No,
off.
no, this one's actually different. Just charge off. This one's AOCC. It doesn't show up as charge off when we're doing the red, green, and blue boxes. It shows up as all other collections and charge offs. So the abbreviation would be AOCC.
Wait a minute. Is that because of the color or just because of the box too?
Well, the box over here, I did this. I don't know why they didn't do it. I'll be honest with you. I don't know why they wouldn't have matched it to where it was on the report, but knowing that a charge off is AOCC, we just go over
Okay.
here and just put it under AOCC. I'll explain it to you when we get back to the red, green, and blue box, right?
All right.
So 48 is
Same.
perfect.
AOCC.
Perfect, 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 perfect. Let's go to 49.
So AOCC L3 plus.
AODL 3 plus. There you go. All of the all of the derogatory lates 3 plus. Perfect. Let's go to 50.
Same. 51
51.
cents.
You got it, man. You're on point. Let's go. Same.
Same. Yeah, same. Yeah.
Perfect. I didn't hear it. 52.
Okay, there we go. AODL. What would I put there? Like one
1-2.
1-2, like you
Mhm.
said. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Question for you. Now we're over here. I gotta move this I gotta move the chat box over here. We have gone through everything, right? I already see after 52. Colors look the same and similar. Have we gone through every color up from 52 to 62?
Color from
My
yes.
mouth. We have?
We hadn't hit red. Yes, we did. Yeah, we have.
Keep going. Somebody's helping you in the chat right now.
Oh, something. Asia said no.
What
Okay,
color?
so uh,
What color didn't we go over?
hold on. Don't tell me. They go. Wait a minute. I thought the greens were.
Attaboy. You said it.
Yeah,
You
the
said it.
62 down.
Yes, sir. 62 is
Oh, okay. CO.
AOCC. Perfect. Why is it green? I'm gonna give you one guess, and then I'll give you the answer because I don't want to mess you up. Well, why do you think it's green?
It was already done.
It's the last one.
Oh, okay.
It's the last one. It's just the last
Thank you,
one at the
Shiki.
end of the
Thank you,
software.
Shiki.
Just yeah, it's the last one at the end of the software. It just shows you that it's the last one. That's all it is. Now, when you're done over here, you're gonna scroll down. You see this little box where my green arrow is. We're gonna scroll down over here. You're gonna have your images. This is the end of the file. You want to double check to make sure everything's in the JPEG format. Okay. If you guys renamed your images like I do, I have first name, last name, proof of address, first name, last name, social security card, first name, last name, ID. I'm going to tell everybody a funny story. Once, when I got started in the beginning, somebody didn't realize that he put a picture of his member on the software, and I got sent out a document with somebody's member on top of it.
Well,
Yeah. So please make sure that when you're doing this, that you either know the images that you're selecting, or if you're on your PC or Mac or anything that can rename a document, rename them to know exactly what's going out because a lot of people get screwed up with that. And rename the documents properly. You can put ID. I use first name and last name because once you start doing clients, it gets hard to remember ID for how many people. So that's just something that I used to do when I owned a credit repair company. You're gonna click this top button over here, Maurice. You ain't done yet, Maurice. You still with me, bro?
Okay.
Click top. Gonna come check, click click client info. We're gonna check this last redundancy check before we start generating the information. Make sure everything looks right. Everything looks right. Now we're gonna shut off the AI. So come over here, guys. We're gonna go to this work to execute. We're gonna shut off the AI. We're gonna turn it back on. We're gonna come over here. We're gonna hit blast furnace. Now, remember how I just checked any random one, right? I'm gonna check red. Now, Maurice, you have everything written down on that piece of paper. Start reading me off all those abbreviations that you wrote down.
All the abbreviations I wrote down. Okay, I wrote down PI,
Perfect.
AOCC,
Bingo.
AODL 1-2,
All right.
AODL 3 plus,
Perfect.
SLDL 3 plus.
Okay. You're missing
I
two.
think it's not.
You're missing two.
Uh-oh. Well, I didn't write it
Okay.
down.
Ray
Hold
put
on.
it in, Ray put it in the
They
chat,
put it
and the girls are helping you out in the chat.
IQ
Inquiries.
and PU or PUB.
Yeah, PR, PUB. Perfect. So this is what a perfect file looks like. Now do me a favor. Count the green check marks.
1, 2, 6, 7.
Okay. How many credit bureaus?
All three, right?
Yeah, that's it. Not a trick question. 3 credit bureaus.
Okay.
Seven
Yeah.
times 3 is what?
21.
First box put 21. Default.
Default.
Anybody who was in my advanced class, please don't screw this up for everybody else. Because I know I see a couple of people that were here yesterday. Please do not mess this up for anybody here. Hold on. Maurice, I'm gonna get Rico's got a question right now, so just give me a second. Yes, Rico.
Yes, sir. So basically, my question was, I see how you just did that. So what if I just want to send to one bureau? They might have their TransUnion Equifax claim. They need the Experian claim. How would I do that?
It'll already be selected when you do this. But I
Oh,
just say times 3 because it's just easier to explain how to get the number 21.
okay.
Yeah, it's just easy. So what happens is, when I teach advanced tactics, I teach advanced tactics on a Friday class.
Uh-huh.
I actually cover exactly what you just said because this is just the easy way. So I don't want to screw everybody up, but when you have a negative item, the software knows where it is,
Okay.
and it
Okay.
will actually show up in this right box over here. So if I click next over here, right?
Uh-huh.
What we normally tell everybody is for the best results, you're going to click include all 3 bureaus. For you, if all 3 bureaus are clean, right?
Uh-huh.
You're just literally, you see all the box, how all this is selected?
Uh-huh.
You're just going to have just TransUnion selected if it's going to TransUnion. And it'll
Okay.
generate just for that specific bureau.
I got you. I got you. So
Cool.
it will just say if I don't click all the boxes on the side, it'll automatically just pick up all the negative counts anyway.
Yep. If I shut this off, you see how it turned off all the boxes?
Uh-huh.
It turned off all the boxes, just including current reporting. So now if I include, let's just go down to another negative item. Let me just skip this over here. Let's go to an inquiry. An inquiry is going to whatever bureau. It'll select whatever bureau it's going to.
Okay.
So like that just to give you that idea. But we click include all 3 bureaus. That's the easiest way to do it. That's actually the way that Metro 2 works. That's the way we want to stay with that one. And we go from there. Guys, if you have a question, just raise your hand so I can pull you up to the top.
Okay. So basically, if I just want to get inquiries off, I just go on the side and click inquiries.
Oh, no. Inquiries are right here. You see these brown ones, these are the inquiries.
Uh-huh.
So if you want to remove your inquiry, you just want to send it to that bureau, don't come over here at the top and click include 3 bureaus. Just leave it including currently reported. If
Okay.
you just want to send it to that specific bureau.
Okay.
Cool?
Okay, cool.
No
Appreciate it.
problem. Now, I'm literally going to say this. We clicked include all 3 bureaus, and I generate the letter. We're done. We're done. That's it. Now, how many people have a public record or want to attack or learn how to attack a public record? Maurice, you can answer that. You're held you're still alive.
Oh, sure. Yeah, let's look at it.
Let's look at it. Okay. So number 2 is a public record. You saw how I click number 2?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Now, when you're working on a bankruptcy is going to generate 14 letters right off the rip. So I want everybody to understand this. When you're doing a bankruptcy, it's going to generate 14 letters right off the rip when you're doing this. So right over here, we're going to click come to box 4. I'm going to select box 4. Data furnisher uses MPEP. I'm not reading the name because we don't care what the name is because it depends what software you're in. General template letter. I'm just going to click that. Then I'm going to go up here. I'm going to click show. I have USBK Court, Florida, Orlando. Why am I going to Experian? Because Experian has it. Now, a lot of your clients, even yourself, I just learned that people have been doing bankruptcies over Zoom. So because you've been doing bankruptcies over Zoom and everything, you're not going to really know where the court was. So just try to find utilizing the data that you have over here from the bureaus that you can do that. So USBK Court, Florida, Orlando is definitely going to be good. So you're going to come over here. You're going to click this. You're going to scroll down. You're going to look for USBK Court, Florida, Orlando. Boom. And then I'm going to go over here and I'm going to click the next boxes. I'm going to click Innovis, LexisNexis RDM, Factor Trust, LexisNexis Privacy Information Manager, CoreLogic, LCI, Clarity Services. Now I'm going to scroll up to the top. Right there at Innovis. Take a screenshot of that, guys. And Ray's going to post it in the chat for you guys. Now, I'm going to say this because I want everybody to write this in the chat as soon as they're done taking these screenshots, right? Put ready when you need me to scroll down further. I'm going to wait until I get a bunch more readies. I only got one ready. Okay. There we go. Fantastic. I'm going to scroll down a little more. There you go. Fantastic. And that's the last piece. Now, I want everybody. I don't know what they're doing with them. I'll answer that question after class. After I stop the recording. I'm gonna say this to like everybody. Please do me a favor in the chat. Right? I understand. I understand that this is only being used for bankruptcy. I do not use this for everything else because what happens is people will start selecting them on random charge-offs and things like that and say, well, why did I generate 196 letters? So right, I understand that this is only to be used for a bankruptcy letter or a public record. Perfect. Fantastic. That's my binding contract with you guys to make sure that you guys know that you said that. April, thank you for writing the whole thing out. You are fantastic. Fantastic. All right. And now I can generate the letter and I'll show you guys what the letter looks like. Well, I've generated this letter 100 times. I'm not going to actually generate this letter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you over here. I'm going to show you. Okay. How many people want to see what the software can do? Like craziness of letters. Because I can show you what 15 letters looks like. I can show you 36. I can show you all the way up to 133 letters on the same file. This software can generate whatever you dictate it to generate. Okay. It is an AI software. It will generate as little or as much as you want. So let's go over here. I'm going to download the recent letter that I just did on September 26th. That was last week. Actually, I have it in my save folder. Let me just get that. There we go. Here we go. So let me show you guys what it looks like. So this one was the 15 letters, right? And I'm just going to show you. Oh, this was all in blue. Okay. So this is what it looks like. This is what the letters look like when it's done. With all that stuff. So you guys remember when I told you you can click that top one, right? That top AI, and it'll generate. This is the top AI. This is what it'll generate for you. That's what it is. Okay. Cool beans. Any other questions now? Now, I am opening up the Q&A. I'm going to open up the Q&A for a couple of questions, make it related to the software, and then some of those other more in-depth questions, we'll do that after the Q&A. After the Q&A, we'll go a little deeper. Go, Maurice. What's up, buddy?
So
Stop sharing.
I had a couple of clients, and I tried to do this just now, but anyway, I'm doing the one-click report over from my free score now. It's still showing an old report, so I deleted the
Just
report.
got to delete the report on the bottom.
I did, and then I went back and did another one click, and it's like that report came back for some reason, and I don't know if that's the wrong date. I'm not sure. Like I'm not sure what's going on with it, but I can't do accurate
Let me get some of the other questions because I might have you do a share screen. So
Sure,
you
yeah.
can yeah, so you can show me what's going on just so I can see. Visualization. So for me, I got to visualize what you're seeing. We may be in the same section and everything may be right. And I be telling you something that I may be just a step ahead of you somewhere where I just want to make sure that we're on the same page. So let me get two more questions and then we'll go from there. Rico, you can come off mute, guys. I think I let everybody unmute themselves now.
Okay. I just seen how you say those letters. Like if you want to say those reports, do we automatically save, or you have to make a folder for them to save?
They automatically save onto your desktop and they save into the software. They save into the software so you can utilize them in the software.
Okay.
So if you see where I went over here, I'm just going to share my screen one more time. Look over
Okay.
here. You see how this says client historical attack area, right?
It's not.
Look,
Okay.
can you see that? Look, these were generated last year, July 22nd, 24. This one was generated in October of last year. So this is that historical attack area. And just to give everybody how to get here, you click your send rounds of attack in the bar. You click on the client's name, and then you can scroll through everything. That's where it'll all be saved.
Okay. Okay.
Cool?
Cool.
All right.
Appreciate it.
I think it's Alicia.
Alicia.
Alicia, I'm sorry. Look, guys, I'm gonna say this to everybody right now. I know I got a bunch of people in here. I'm horrible with names, and if I screw up your name, I apologize right from the beginning. If it's
It's,
hard for me to pronounce, I'm just gonna tell you, hey, you, the one that has their hand raised, please tell me your name.
it's okay. You know, when you get to the 21 letters to be generated and the next box, you put default in, and I noticed in some of the other M2 trainings, they have a number there. So does it matter if you put default or a
Come
number?
to the Friday class. You're gonna
Okay.
screw everybody up in this room, and there's people in here from last Friday, this Friday that on it. That's a Friday question. That is not a today question. I
Oh,
do not want to screw everybody up in this class.
all right.
Just leave it as default for right now.
Okay.
Devin, how are you?
Hello, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I just have a quick question. You guys can, or we can remove repos, correct?
Yes, sir. It's a charge.
So,
A repo is a charge off. Repo is a charge off with an asset. So it's removed the same way you remove a charge off.
okay. I'm just starting to get into it. So, I mean, is there classes I would have to, attend more and whatnot?
This class, you should be in this class every day for at least 2 weeks. This class comes.
This, like,
This class comes if you were here at the beginning. I didn't see you at the beginning, guys. Make sure that
yeah,
everybody fills out the attendance. I see there's a bunch of people here that haven't filled out the attendance form. Ray, drop the attendance form out. Come over here. Make sure you go over here and click this over here at the bottom. Want a live walkthrough? And it's going to give you
okay,
every time that there's a live class and open it up. Come over here, join those classes. There's two different teachers. I'm one teacher. My name is Ali Badi. Then there's another teacher, Miss Deborah. You want to go through each class, whether it's mine or hers. You want to go through each class. You want to go in and just get the motions. You understand?
yeah,
Get the
yeah, absolutely,
motions. Ask your questions. Get the motions. Get the motions. Get the motions so that
yeah,
you can be precise. Then, if you want, look, I got a basics down. You want to learn advanced tactics? Come to me on a Friday. Friday, I teach my own class to my community. I got a lot of my community members in here right now that we go over everything on a Friday with them. Cool?
Okay. Yeah, no, absolutely. I appreciate it.
Yeah, sure. Okay.